I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And we welcome Hato to the show. Hi.
What's up, everyone? My name's Hato Ishioka. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. Please introduce yourself and what you're doing.
Well, me, I'm a VTuber. I'm a streamer, a full-time streamer. I came from the future. I'm a half android, half human. And I'm here to change the world.
Wow.
Pretty much it.
Well, we'd appreciate it if you'd expedite that. There are a few things
I'll capitalize on it.
There's a few things we need corrected as soon as possible, if you can get on that. But hey, I do appreciate you coming on, and we are streaming as we do this. And hello to the folks who are on Hato's chat, and we'll try to treat Hato with the utmost respect, and we'll treat them just fine. So when did you get started on VTubing?
Literally October the 12th. So how long was that? 2 months ago, yesterday, on the 12th of October, I debuted.
Wow.
That was when I first debuted. So literally 2 months ago from now.
Wow. I mean, why did you decide to take that jump into VTubing?
I'll take that jump into VTubing. Well, I had some amazing people around me. Shout out to Kuro and Kage, both of them. They influenced me and they convinced me to do VTubing. I honestly did not know what VTubing was about. I had no clue about this industry. I walked into this blindly, not knowing anything, and I was nervous. 100%, I was nervous, but they gave me life to continue and the courage to keep fighting and keep going and keep streaming it, not being scared to reach out to people and explore the community and the culture. So, to put it simply, my friends got me into VTubing.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I mean, that's great, and you had the courage to jump into it and get starting and keep going. That's always good. Sometimes you just have to get over that first mountain, and then you then it kind of settles in for you. Is that what's happened to you?
Yeah, literally, that's literally what happened. When I first started streaming, like one viewer was enough to keep me going, and right now, I've got like 10 viewers right now just watching this right now, and
I'm
so
waving.
shout out to all of them. They're all lovely people.
I'm waving to you. Hi, folks. So when you did get on, and now you have some folks that are following you and coming back to your streams, that's got to be validating for you, and we're really how have you taken that, knowing that there are folks out there who are wanting to tune in to see you?
I don't know how I feel about it, I haven't taken time to properly digest the feeling. I just feel like I need to do a lot to entertain, and I feel like I can do it. Of course I can do it. But at the same part of me feels like there's too much responsibility, but then the other part of me just tells me to, just to enjoy it. This was your choice, go for it. But I don't know, it's mixed feelings, I'll be honest, because I'm still new. I haven't been exposed to the limitations of having a lot of viewers, so I still need time, in my opinion.
Well, right now you can interact with folks a little better with the number that you have there, and it's a little easier to pay attention to it, and that'll be something you'll be able to get comfortable with as you go along, and then gradually, as things build up, you'll be more and more comfortable. I used to kind of like riding a bike. First time you ride a bike, you're going to fall down and you're going to bruise yourself, more than likely. And then sooner or later, it's second nature to you. And I get this feeling that it's going to be second nature for you too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it. The my viewers, I don't see them as like fans or viewers or anything. I just see them as friends.
There you go.
Like we talk as friends and we play together as friends. So it's more of a friendship. It's more of like a family than a community for now, because it's still small. But I imagine when I grow and there's going to be too many people for me to remember, too many people for me to stay in contact with, and it's going to be harder when I grow, obviously.
Yeah. But one thing I always did, and I did radio for 35 years here, and a long time, is that I always took to when I turned the microphone on. I remember that I was the guest in their house or their car or portable radio, and they were tuning in to invite me into their home, and that keeps your conversation and your talk a little more homey and a little more relatable, I think.
Um, yeah, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine you'll be more comfortable,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, and if you're comfortable, the listeners are usually pretty comfortable. But it sounds to me like it didn't take very long for you to take that edge off and really get involved with your chat, and that's a great
Yeah,
combination to have.
yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
So what type of games are you streaming right now?
Well, right now I was streaming some Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Mm.
I stream Roblox sometimes. I
Hmm.
stream Strenova. I stream Near Automata. I stream driving simulators,
Mm.
just random games, you know,
Yeah.
working in a kitchen, working in a tavern.
Yeah.
You know, I like to play games what my viewers like to enjoy watching,
Yeah.
or my viewers like to enjoy playing. So either I get to play with them, or they get to enjoy me watching.
Yeah. So your
Yeah.
chat you bring your chat into the games, huh?
Most of the time, yeah,
Mm.
that's the way. That way, I can make it the most interactive as possible.
That's
Because if I'm playing a game that my chat doesn't play, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to have two different conversations. One
mm,
conversation must be about the game, the other one must be with the chat. But if they're interested in the game or they're playing with me, then I can have one conversation which is directed to the game and the chat. So it's more interactive in a way.
yeah, yeah. That's a great way to do it, and especially right now with the number of viewers you have, you can be a little more. It makes it a little more personal, doesn't it?
Yes, yes,
Mm.
100%.
Yeah. So before you started this, were you a person who was really outgoing and liked to be the life of the party or get on stage, or were you the person that liked to sit and watch?
That's a good question. I actually don't know. I've always wanted to be the life of the party, the man
Mm,
on stage, but I never really tried to do it. I was always the guy to just stay and watch. You know,
mm, yeah,
I was an introvert.
yeah,
I still am, to be fair.
mm,
Put me in a crowded room, I'll be the quietest one in the room. I'll just be watching. I wouldn't talk much.
yeah,
Uh, and yeah, but I feel like now things have changed. It's a
yeah.
bigger responsibility now. I gotta take on. But now I feel like I'm comfortable enough to be on stage and actually express myself and expose myself to the world.
Oh, that's great.
So
That's wonderful. Because so it's kind of been therapeutic for you, hasn't it?
oh yeah, 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 100%,
Mm,
100%. Going from an introvert to someone who talks a lot, because I never before I started streaming, I never used to speak as much as I do now. Like right now, I stream for 3 4 hours a day, and I speak for at least 2.5 hours of that duration nonstop. My
wow.
throat gets dry. I run out of words to say, and I just become exhausted after the stream.
Well, I've got an old radio remedy for that. If you've got some place that does the ice slushy type drinks, where they
Yeah.
that is beautiful for the throat.
Oh, I love those ice slushy type drinks,
Oh,
especially when it's fizzy.
oh yeah. Anything that you take that and you're basically putting ice right on your throat as it goes down, and that stays there, and that cooling um, buys you a little more time. I know this from days when I've had to work with sore throats.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like 8.5 years without taking a sick day because of little remedies like that
Wow.
on the radio. So, and anybody out there who has that problem with sore throat, try those slushies. It because you can't really do it from the outside, so put some ice on it from the inside.
Yeah, that I never knew that the ice method. I
Yeah,
usually just go with water.
yeah.
And water, of course, water helps, but
Oh, water
ice could
is.
be better.
I take water all the time, but if you can
Yeah.
get that ice, or if nothing else, if you have even a popsicle at home, try that, and it'll do some work for you. Um, so as you learn about your chat and how to interact with the chat. Um, have you allowed them to learn about you too? Have you been able to be open about yourself and what you've done with yourself up to this point?
Yes, of course, of
Mm.
course. There is obviously a boundary that I take.
Hmm.
I always separate my personal life to Hato, which is me,
Right.
and they have two different lives. And I've lived long enough as Hato to actually um, to be natural with my replies. You can ask me anything about my day to day or my history or my background, and I can answer as a character or as myself.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, and I try to keep it as a character because that's what people want. That's what people like. That's
Yeah.
what people are here to watch me for.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
try to keep my personal life out of it. I mean, I've been asked a few times personal questions.
Yeah.
Um, I just answer it with Hato's answers
Yeah.
instead,
There you go.
and it works
Yeah.
miraculously.
Yeah. It does. It does work. And
Yeah.
with that too, you still get to be a lot of yourself. You just have that kind
Oh,
of extra shield, that you can that you
yeah.
can keep personal details behind.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So, well, with the games that you're playing now, are there any games that you haven't been able to stream yet that you'd really like to?
Ooh, yeah. There's so I'm sure you know Roblox is a game. It's full of games. It's got
Oh,
millions of games on it, and
oh yeah.
there's been like recommendations for me to play this game and that game on Roblox. So there's those games that I want to play. There's also like horror games that a lot of VTubers play,
Hmm.
like common VTubers play. For example, Lockdown Protocol
Hmm.
or Content Warning
Right.
or Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
I like those type of games, which I haven't got a chance to play.
yeah.
Um, I really want to stream those games because it's popular amongst the VTube community. But the
Yeah.
problem is, who do I stream with? That's
Yeah.
what I need to.
And
Yeah.
need a network.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So, Dead by Daylight. Do you just enjoy screaming?
Enjoy streaming.
Screaming, because that's what I would be doing, yelling all the time.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest. I do not enjoy screaming. I do not enjoy yelling because it just makes me even more exhausted. So I have less time to like yap and talk. So I have to sacrifice either. I
Yeah.
I have to either stream or either talk.
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, I would be screaming through the whole thing, and I don't know. Horror and I don't get along too well. I just but it's fun to watch, and that's one thing I wanted to ask you about for sure. And you kind of hinted at this a little bit. When you choose a game to stream, do you stream it do you play it for yourself or for your chat or both?
um, Both, but mostly I play for myself.
Mm,
Mostly I play it for myself because when I play it for myself, then in my mind I can create like commentary over the game. I can create funny comments to say over the game, or I can create conversation if I play it for myself.
mm,
But if I'm forced to play it for someone else or I don't want to play the game, then it'll be hard to think of things to say. It's
yeah,
all about the viewer experience because
yeah.
anyone can watch the game you're playing, but it's about who's playing it. That's why people are here to watch me.
Ah, brilliant. That's exactly what that's a mantra I've been trying to doing these interviews is that um, they're coming back for you, your personality, your talents. Um, if some of them go around it, like if you were playing, Roblox, there's probably a couple of hundred people doing it at the same time you are. But the reason why people are tuning into you is because you're the one playing.
Yeah,
And
precisely.
and how's that? How does that feel when you realize that responsibility?
It feels amazing. It feels a blessing. It feels like I'm the luckiest person right now. Like I feel so lucky just having at least one person in my chat.
Yeah,
And but to have right now I've got 8 people watching. To have all of these 8 people just watching,
yeah,
like it means so much to me
yeah,
because that's 8 individuals, people just like me. They're humans just like me,
yep,
taking time away from their day to watch me.
yeah. Isn't that
That
something?
feels like a blessing,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. Hear that, chat? You're a blessing.
For real. All of you.
And
uh,
I'm gonna give your chat a big head. And but really, it's wonderful to know that when you decide to do this, that there are people who will support you like this and want to see more from you, and
Yeah.
the VTubing itself tends to grow and grow as a part of your life. You said yourself you're doing this full time now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty much.
So when you what how many times a week are you streaming usually?
Um, every day of the week.
Ooh.
I try to every day of the week. Sometimes I have some off days
Mm,
where some things just don't work out. It's inconvenient, and or I don't have energy to stream,
yeah.
so I don't stream. But mostly every day, like I want to stream. Like I
Mm,
want to be there. I want to meet my chat again.
mm-hmm. That's cool. Hey, you're chomping at the bit just like they are too.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Like, and the biggest issue is like there's some viewers that come from Asia and some viewers that come from America,
Hmm.
and the time difference between them. It's so big
Oh yeah.
that, and I'm from UK, so I'm in between. So I don't know if that's perfect or because sometimes I have people saying, "Ah, they're going to sleep just as soon as I start my stream," or when I start my stream, they're not awake yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That
there's
that
a bit of it.
that is tough. I mean, it's tough for me to schedule interviews sometimes because of that. Because I'm dead in the middle of the United States. I'm on the Central Time Zone, and
Yeah,
some of the folks in say Australia are 18 hours ahead of me.
yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes I ask them, said, should I even wake up tomorrow? I mean, you already lived through most of the day. You can tell me what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But that does cause a problem sometimes. But there are many English VTubers who've been able to thrive, and it's just a question of finding your audience. You've been able to get out on a few different platforms. What do you want to do with your YouTube, or have you got plans?
Um, I'm just going to. Well, I don't have a clear plan. I'll be honest.
Mm.
Well, my only plan is to just upload videos here and there
Hmm.
and just slap them on YouTube. Just some general gameplay videos.
Yeah.
I don't believe that that's gonna raise much awareness and reach a big audience as Twitch does.
Hmm.
But it's still something. It's still something to start on with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my whole idea with the YouTube is to like at the end of my YouTube career, I want to make a whole storyline based on my character
Oh,
and a whole
cool.
like a movie in a way.
Now that would be neat. That would be absolutely excellent. Have you
Yeah.
got a whole thing written out for it?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's something that I could start with about get 2 pages in and then realize it's too much work. But
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, you got this all, and with this technology, you should be able to do it.
Oh
And
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
get
Yeah.
that to go.
Obviously.
With the YouTube, we've got all the links, by the way, for what Hato's got going on in the description. Um, have you thought about using, say, YouTube and TikTok for shorts, little highlights of what you're doing with the channel?
Yeah, I do. I often post clips of my stream to TikTok, Instagram, Twitter,
Hmm.
or we should say X,
Hmm.
and YouTube Shorts as well.
Yeah, excellent.
And yeah, they gain good publicity,
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's
I'm
like
happy with those.
folks realize it's kind of like advertising your channel when you do that. If if they get there and they enjoy it, maybe they'll come out and check it out live. It's right now it only costs a little bit of elbow grease, a little
Yeah,
bit of work to get it done, and some folks don't like to do that. I mean, editing and finding little bits and pieces of your streams. Um, do you enjoy that, or is it something that comes easy for you?
to be fair, Twitch does it automatically.
Ah, well,
I
there you
love the
go.
way they do it. They clip it out, they crop it for me, and I just post it. Just one button, I post it. Yeah,
Ah,
I don't spend much time on it.
well, if they're going to do that, why doesn't everybody do it?
It's 3 clicks. That's why,
Oh,
and it's 3 clicks, and it's not 1 click.
if it was 2 clicks, maybe 3 clicks is
If it
way
was
too
two
much.
clicks, yeah, 3 clicks is too much for them.
These kids, no, they don't want to do the extra work. When I was a kid, we had one button and a joystick, and that's what we played our games on. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if this generation could play any of the old games.
They wouldn't like it. They
Yes.
wouldn't like it.
Where's all the buttons?
Yeah, where's online mode? They love online mode.
Well, the how is I mean you've just been on it for a little while, but do you think that
Yes.
you've kind of evolved yourself a little bit over these last couple of months and gotten yourself a lot more used to being around people and being the focus of what's going on?
Yeah. So I'll give you a best example. So often, my cousin calls me, and when he calls me, I have to be ready for like a 2 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour chat with him.
Hmm.
We just talk about nonsense. And when we talk, he's very, very outgoing.
Yeah.
When we talk, he's always the one asking questions. He's always the one like initiating conversations, opening up topics,
Yeah.
and I just follow along with it. But when I started streaming, I've noticed that I'm catching up. I'm also the one opening up topics.
Yeah.
I'm also the one answering questions. And my mind's more open to saying speech. I'm more
Well,
comfortable with saying speech just
there
normally.
there you go. It's nice to be able to. Yeah, I think the word I need to use is agile. In the conversation where you can wherever somebody else takes the conversation, you can go in and join in with them, and it's to be able to interact that way certainly does bring make the conversation a little more personal.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's right.
and with the and now with the chat you can do that too, um, I don't know. I wonder if Chad realizes how much they have skin in this game. You get some folks who think they're the show, but a good community takes it a long way and makes it a lot easier for you, the streamer, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I have some VTube friends, and their community is so loyal, and they found such an amazing bunch of people. And honestly, I can't compete. I can't compete sometimes. That's how I feel like. But
Uh,
then when I just look at my chat, I just realize anything is possible.
oh yeah,
So
yeah, yep. Chat. I'm chatting up the chat,
yeah,
but really, it does. Knowing that there's folks out there waiting for you,
yeah,
and you're doing this every day, but I know there's got to be some days where you get up like, oh, I don't really want to do this. I'm really drained, and then you realize that there are people waiting for you. Have you had some days like that where that was the input, that was the impetus for you to go on and do your gig?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Sometimes I make promises. Sometimes I make promises because I'm energized. Like for example, the other day I promised a 24-hour stream if I reach 10 viewers, and I was very energized. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But when the time came, I did it. However, I died at the end. It was so hard doing that.
This is actually the second incarnation of Hato.
Yeah.
The first one was rest in peace. After that, yeah, I see people doing the 24-hour stuff, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna hurt so much.
Yeah.
I know in radio, we used to do sometimes 8-hour shifts, and that was a lot if you were talking for 8 hours. I can't imagine what 24 would be like. Trying to
Yeah.
play,
24 talking for 24 hours
oh
was just too much.
yeah, and trying to play games and such and keep that was I bet that Hato learned a lesson that day.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Never,
They asked me today, they asked me, when is my next 24-hour stream? I said 100 viewers. I made sure I made sure I was late.
100,000 viewers. That's gonna be the next
100,000.
one. But the they obviously wanted to see more of you, and it's great that they're supporting you with it. And so when you got started, and was it easy for you to say talk with other VTubers and try to network, or has that been tough for you?
It's been uh, it's been tough because I mean it's easy for me to reach out
Mm.
and ask people and talk to people, different VTubers, but it's tough actually finding the right friends and communities because um, the VTube culture is very unique
Mm-hmm.
and um, it's very there's a whole bunch of different characters with a whole bunch of different ideas and a whole bunch of different morals. And I've been in some group chats where they have a fight amongst themselves and it just becomes chaotic. And I was planning to collab with them, and the collab doesn't happen because they fought amongst themselves, and a whole difference of values just lead to problems. So
Oh,
it's hard finding the right group of people
yeah,
to be to consistently be friends with
yeah,
within
yeah,
the VTube community.
yeah. I imagine so. It and not only that, but if you're collaborating with someone else, you're broadcasting not just your audience, but their audience too, and
Yeah,
you're subjecting your audience to them. Um,
yeah, yeah, very much.
sometimes it's wonderful and everything works out great, but and sometimes it just doesn't work out and there's nobody's fault. It just doesn't gel. Um, and there is a little bit of risk in that, but if you can find a couple people that you can rely on for collaboration every once in a while, I've seen that develop into a pretty good um, situation, especially for folks in the first few months. Uh, have you have you thought about trying to reach out a little bit more to folks, or are you waiting for them to come to you?
The opposite, in fact. I'm not willing to reach out to anyone anymore. I'm comfy by myself.
Yeah,
I can carry streams by myself.
yeah, that's
They
cool.
say they say networking is good, but at the same time, it can be damaging. It can be
Yeah,
very, very damaging.
yeah,
So I try to stay to myself for now. If someone reaches out, I'll be open to collab with them. But um, yeah, I'm comfy by myself.
yeah.
I guess my introvert in real life has come into play in this VTube community now.
Well, I don't know if it's that or just being cautious. I mean, there's a fine line
Yeah,
there, and I think that when you realize that you've worked to get to where you are, and somebody could come in and be a obnoxious and a jerk and drive people away, and you don't really want to subject your chat to something like that. Um, and and that's the type of stuff that's kind of tough to rebound from.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
because once a community has a bad image of you, then it's very hard to come back from that.
yeah, yeah. That's something that you have to start over again. You get back on the other side of the mountain, and like that Bennett Foddy game, where you, where you have to keep
Yeah,
climbing
yeah,
the mountain. No,
yeah. And
that's one thing I
it's
will.
too soon for that to happen to me.
Yeah, I'm not ever getting anywhere near that game.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated enough just getting out of bed in the morning. I'm not going to climb no mountain sitting in a cauldron. I'll tell you that. Um,
Yeah.
the the channel itself. Have you got some big plans as to what you want to do with it? Is there a big goal for you with the channel?
Yeah. I'm planning to reach the end, planning to reach the top. I
Mm.
want to reach a million followers, at
Mm.
least a million followers. And
That,
that's when I'll actually start with
yeah,
my impact of changing the world.
yeah, yeah. It's
So that's the first step.
yeah, and that is there on the horizon. You're going to be chasing that one for a little while, but as long
Yeah.
as you keep your determination, every little
Yeah.
bit adds up after a while. Um,
Yeah. I think
and
it will last a couple years,
yeah, it's
4 or 5 years maybe.
yeah. Well, I mean, just keep firing at it and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
The folks obviously are liking it and coming back for you. So now we just got to spread the word a little bit, and
Yeah.
and hopefully that'll happen for you soon. Have you what other types of streaming would you like to do besides games, or have you thought about that?
Um, I haven't thought about it much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, there's like that just chatting stream where I just chill,
Mm-hmm.
as I am now, talking to friends or talking to people, or just talking to my the chat.
Yeah, yeah,
There's those type of streams, but I rarely do those.
yeah.
Um, but with other type of streams, I don't know what is available for me to explore.
Right, right. Well, I mean, there's a few things you can do with it. I mean, all right. What are some of the things you like to do away from the stream?
Ooh, away from the stream. That's good. I like to make music.
Mm,
I like to make some music.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, that also brings me to my answer. Yes, make
yeah.
music on stream. That's what I would love to do on stream. But that's
Well,
like a future plan.
so what type of music do you play?
Rap music.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm a rapper.
Oh, a rapper, eh? So
Yes, sir.
do you have your own synthesizer, keyboard type of thing to bring your get your beats for you?
For the beats, I have producers. I have producers. My friends are producers.
Mm,
They make beats for me.
yeah.
So they help me a lot.
Ah,
And it's
excellent.
just a matter of software issues and hardware issues to get my voice crispy clean. Because every time I try to record, it just becomes very, muffly sounds or bad quality sounds.
Right.
Also, I need to learn how to mix. I don't know how to mix,
Yeah.
so
Well, once you learn how to
yeah,
do that, there's going to be a lot of people calling you.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Like,
be like,
yeah,
hey,
that's what I want.
they can mix. Somewhere we're going to get hold of them. Uh,
Yeah,
well, there's so many things you can do to improve audio sound. Little things that you can do for it, like putting up some baffling, um, making sure that you're not talking directly into a window or anything like that. It does make a difference, and
yeah, you're right. You're right.
it doesn't necessarily cost that much to do. Some folks just put a blanket over themselves, and the audio
Yeah,
improves, and having the right microphone does help too. Um, it's
yeah. It's the microphone. You also need the audio interface. I don't
yeah.
know if I'm not sure if you know what that is. It's like a box
Oh yeah.
that you connect from your PC to your microphone.
Yep, that's what I got going right now. Is that sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. It just removes latency.
and well, back in the old radio days, we just turned the microphone on and talked. It was so easy.
You have to, you have to fix the antenna.
Hmm.
Just tune the antenna, make
Yeah,
sure it's right,
yeah,
aim it to the sky, change your position.
that's right. Well, in the old days, we had other people to do the mixing for us, so
Yeah.
we had to learn later on how to do that sort of thing. Uh, so, in whole, how big a part of your life now is streaming?
Um, I feel like this is my whole life now. Like
Mm,
this is what I'm dedicated to. This is everything for me now, pretty
mm,
much. It's
yeah,
gonna be every. This is gonna be my main source of image, my main source of income, my main source of impact will
yeah,
all come from VTubing.
yeah,
And yeah, it's a decision I made, and I haven't regretted it since.
and
So
and
I hope it stays that way.
the bottom line for me for you is, are you enjoying it?
Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah,
I love what I do. I love streaming.
yeah, yeah.
I love talking to my chat. I love playing games.
That's that's wonderful. You're doing what you love doing, and you've got a goal set to do it, and the work ethic to do it too. Because it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world for you. You're going to have to do some do some things you don't want to do, and when you don't feel like it. Um, you're your own boss here. Um,
Yes, yes, I can stream when I want.
yeah, you can, but that also goes both ways. I can stream and what
Which one?
I don't want to stream, but I have to stream.
Oh yeah. I've been through that.
When you start arguing with yourself, that's when you might want to take a little
Uh,
bit of a break.
yeah, I feel bad for taking breaks though as well. I feel
Yeah,
bad for taking breaks.
yeah. Well, you might feel bad about it, but the chat will understand. And if you if you go on like you're doing yourself, you're doing 7 days a week. You're trying to do 7 days a week. Um,
Mhm.
Certainly, they'll understand if you get tired because that's a lot to put on yourself.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
basically going to work every day without a break. So
Yeah,
I'm sure if you let them know, they'll like okay, I can understand. And that's a really kind of a part of having a good relationship with the chat, and they'll figure it out eventually, and they'll come back because so far they are.
it's a matter of perspective as well.
Yeah.
If I see streaming as a job, then I will not enjoy it as much.
Mm,
But if I look at this as a hobby and a chance to actually, make more friends, then I'll enjoy it much more.
yeah.
So perception plays a part into this.
Hato, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking with you. I think you got a good
Thank you
head
so
on your
much.
shoulders. I think you got a good game plan here, and I want to see you reach that plateau that you're looking for. And
I appreciate that.
yeah, let us know what's going on. And again, folks, we're going to have all the links in the description for this video here on YouTube for Hato, and we'll
Yes.
say thank you and come on again soon, please.
Thanks so much, everyone. It's been your boy Hato Ishioka. Peace out.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.